Hey guys, what's going on? This is Vince Bugs. I'm in Tampa with my boy Mike G on. Tonight we're going to talk about the impact of influence with Chip Baker. And we got Jessica on and Derek. And we're going to just get into talking about legacy and their visions on why legacy is important. And is just talk about the things that make the world go better and what the influence they're going to bring after we get off this show. And with that being said, I got to really say real quick, Mike, how you doing? Because I know you had a long day today, man.
Man, I can't complain. Hello, Chip. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Derek. Welcome, welcome. Once again, loving it. Yeah. I'm chilling, man. Everybody's chilling. And not a bad day, Vince. Not a bad day.
All right, Chip, and welcome my guest. And you know, the impact of influence with Chip Baker is a volume 10. And so Chip's had a series of different volumes of the book, and he's touched on everything from love to people, how they engage and influence others. And tonight we're going to kind of touch the tip of the iceberg on legacy and talk about, you know, true measurement of legacy and on how you hold it together as you go through. And with that being said, Chip, how did we get on this topic, Chip, about legacy, my man?
You know, this being volume 10, this being the last volume in the series, I mean, you got to finish on legacy, you know, and so, you know, it's powerful influencers discussing living and leaving a legacy. And so that's what it's all about. You know, that's all of the people in the book, servant hearts, good people that live a legacy each moment of each day.
Yeah, and I like how you gave the breakdown of legacy, and I'm not going to put you on the spot. I have it on the screen behind me, but we're not going to cheat. But you broke it down when you looked at legacy, you broke it down by different words and categories within the book about how it influenced you and how you see it. But ironically, Derek and Jessica also had to break their piece down on legacy. So Jessica leading in because, you know, ladies first for men after, you know, the main man talk. So Jessica, when you talk about legacy, how did you measure that?
That's a big one. How do you measure it? Because, you know, I'm still here, right? Like we're all still here. And a lot of times people think of legacy like after you're gone.
Right.
And I'm like, well, wait a minute. How about we measure what you do today? Today, tomorrow, the next day, right? And build it almost like a foundation, like making some decisions today that can impact long term. And so when I thought of legacy and what does that look like, it all starts from way back when I was a kid. Like, what did my parents do to pour into me so that their legacy is lived every day? And then what can I do? I mean, it literally is like this, you weave some fabric together. So when you say how you measure it, I'm like, I don't know. I'm still quilting it. I don't know. And I'm not even a quilter, right? I don't sew. Right. I don't know. But I'm thinking that's really what it is. Like we just keep making that scarf longer and longer and longer, right? Because that's what legacy is. There's no end to the measure. So I love that question. That was a cool one.
And so Derek, I'm going to bounce over to you. And so we just talked about measure. So how is your influence of legacy and how did you see yourself? Because I was just talking about the Nebraska football team and they had a great legacy. And now it's going through an evolution. So how do you kind of, and I'm coming back to you as yourself personally, has your evolution of how you see legacy?
Well, you mentioned Nebraska football, and there's a mantra that they live by, and it's on their practice field. It's in their locker room. And the quote is, day by day, we get better and better. The entire mission, day by day, getting better and better. For me, Chip and J-Lo know this about me. Legacy is about each day forward counting. And I take ownership and possession of today. Today is 22,846 for me. It's the only one I'm going to get. 22,846. I'm smarter than I was at 22,845, not as good as I'm going to be 22,847. And if I do it right, I'll be more covered in love when I get to the end of it than when I started. The legacy is for every great, whether it's the country, family, person, it is quite simply when your actions are love-based and your love is action-based. Right. That's how legacies are built. There's no other way. Every great moment in our lives, every great moment in this country is based on when love and action move together on purpose. And that's legacy. That's when you know you've reached something, a purpose, mission, and a value.
No, there's some good information that's going through here right now. It's really good about the legacy and so forth. But Jessica, I'm gonna pick Jessica. She's a new one, a new guest, right? How do you get motivated like writing with this type of degree and dynamics of this type of book with Chip?
So I'll be honest with you. When Chip asks you, you just kind of lean in and you say, "Okay."
That's everybody.
I tell him all the time. He just makes me say yes. So motivated. How do you say no to that?
That's
Yeah.
it.
Chip.
Yeah.
Can't. He asked me again. I said, "Oh man, okay, Chip." So staying motivated is recognizing that there is a story to be told, and we all have it. So why not
Right.
tell it? Why not tell it?
I love that.
Yeah.
So since Mike brought that up on motivation, I'm going to go back to Derek on. So Derek, on the discipline piece, and when you wrote this, where did you find the discipline? Because at the end of the day, you can be motivated so long. The only thing that carries you to the finish line is discipline. So where did you get the discipline to finish your chapter?
Well, GPS. The GPS is everything. I live by GPS, man. And it's where you are, where you're trying to get to, and how you're going to get there. Right.
Right.
And when Chip says this is what we're doing and this is when we need it done, you move. You move. You when love calls, you move.
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother used to say, when love calls, you love. And that's true, that if you're making a statement about yourself and there's a timetable, the GPS will tell you where you are and what direction you're going and are you on time.
I love it. And so Chip, okay, so since we got 10 volumes, how each volume has a different theme, right? So how did you construct that and with your creativity of writing, saying this is how the themes are going to play out? Or did you write another book and then just realize, hey, I'm going to take a theme from each one to make the next 9 volumes? So where did you come up with the creative idea of the different themes?
Man, Bugs, that's a good
Ooh,
question. You got some good ones. You got some good ones, Doc. No, I think for me, I was telling somebody this earlier today. When I started the impact of influence, I didn't think of volumes, right? Like I just thought, man, like where I'm from, I'm just happy to have a book, not a series of 10. Like just one book, And so when we started, it was just about the impact of influence, and so those people that say yes, but not just yes, but heck yes, let's go. Those people that's here, right? It's like, man, that was fun. That was good. We need to do this again, right? Oh, well, let's do it again. And then Jessica's over there looking at me like, what's up with that? You don't have ladies? Like you can't get ladies?
Oh, she didn't play it. She didn't play the card on you, did she?
Yeah. So then volume 3 was all ladies, Volume 4 was coaches, but it was just thought about the ebbs and flows of things that were going on at the time, things that were needed. Hyper aware of things that are going on. Like you said, 9 was love, sharing love. So just so many different things that I just felt those were needs in our world. Right. And so just tried to meet the needs of people in our world in hopes to impact and influence them.
All right. So Jess, where's a special place that like you find your creativity? Because I mean, I'm writing the book right now, and I'm going through the editing right now for my book, Keep It Rolling. And it is not as easy as I tell everybody. Told Mike this. Mike said, man, you went dark. I ain't heard from you. Bro, I ain't knee deep trying to write this book, man. I ain't got time to deal with you. I ain't got time to deal with nobody. Because once you really get into writing, you realize you really shut the world off while you're in that. So where do you find just when you went in to find your creative piece on this, how did you handle that piece to write this your chapter?
To be honest with you, when I think of legacy, this specific chapter, it was all about my family. So every time I'd have an awesome family day, I'd come back and I'm like, ooh, I got an idea. My mom got me this. Or my mom, what I mean? I was in that kind of flow because of the people that surrounded me. Like if you don't have a great community surrounding you, like, I don't know how you can get in creative space. That's just for me. I need to have good energy around me for me to be able to sit down and go, let me just write. And so that's one thing. From you talk about a space, like there's a park right around the corner from my house. And I literally would go out there. I take my little phone. I would take a notepad and I just talk. I'm like, this is a great idea. Da, da, da. While I'm looking out at the, I swing on, they got a little swing out there, a little gazebo, and it's just peaceful and it's calm and there's nobody there. Like at 11 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, nobody's there. It's just me. And so for me, it was just kind of being in a reflective space to just be grateful when I'm in the grateful thought process.
Right.
Man, my brain. Now, if I'm stressed, it ain't happening. Don't try to press it because I'm like,
I know the feeling. I had to put my book to the side.
I can't even remember. My brain.
Been there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, Gary,
I have a question about that because when you're stressed, but do you guys, I'm talking to Derek, Jesse, everybody, do you guys get like upset when you guys get proofread and you're like, oh, this sounds great? They're like, nah, you got to change this up. Do you get offended? Because I remember, writing music and be like, no, that's a corny line. I'm like, well, that's dope. Do writers feel the same as well doing books? Like, you got to have somebody read it, right?
Yeah.
Derek,
I always find that interesting. That a chef cooks for others to taste. That's like you can't. If you're just a cook, look, your line and mission, right? Let me get this burger off this grill onto the plate. But a chef takes time, and a chef wants appreciation, and so quality requires that. And it's okay. It's okay. Like, listen. If I was in my lab and nobody liked it, that's on me. But I still honored me. Like, I still can say, and listen, I'm never going to be mad at how somebody receives how I love my people.
Right.
Like that part. They may not understand it and it may not resonate with them, but it resonates with me. And I said it for who I said it for. So, the tribute was the tribute. I can't worry about all those things all the time.
Me? Okay, listen, my biggest critic, my best critic, my mom.
Okay. Do you get mad at her? Like, Mom, that was dope.
Seriously. So she's going to be 88 tomorrow.
Oh,
okay.
She's read. She's the most read person you've ever met. Like when COVID shut down, she read 365 books in a year.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. Man. And they're not like picture books, like books. Jane Eyre and all that kind of
War and Peace.
The woman can read. So when I have her, I said, please read this and be honest. Man, my mama's honest. And you know what she told me after this chapter, Chip? She said, this is the best piece of writing you've written. I was like,
wow.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's good.
What about
you? Now I'm good. Now you're good.
Chip?
No, I'm open. Like I'm a growth mindset, kind of guy. I know. Well, first off, again, like I'm gonna say, like with the book, I'm just glad to have one book. So, like being a coach, if I could write that thing in X's and O's and bullets, I would, but I can't. so anything beyond that is great for me. Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty open to trying new things and listening, but kind of like DP said too. I've just come to the fact of where like I can't worry about all of that, man. I'm gonna shoot from the heart, and we're gonna get it done.
Yeah, all right.
So I know DP's got to jump off here in like 5 or 10 minutes. So, and as you look at your life, as you wrote this chapter, how did that inspiration, not just your parents, but if you coached and all that, how did you kind of just fold all that into in a small chapter? How were you able to just blend that together, man, to come out with such good, good content?
I say this a lot, and sometimes it's a reminder, and then sometimes it's a present for somebody else. But we are the accumulation of all the people who love us. Mm-hmm. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to Chip for allowing me to do the things that I say I want to do and should do, which is to love, to be grateful, to be appreciative, and to be celebratory.
Yeah,
the most. And then it becomes my mission and my purpose to love them out loud. We only have The greatest regret we have is that people we love don't know that we love them. That's the real regret, is that we love them so much and they don't know that we love them. So I came up with the 3 words that I rally with, which is love out loud. And seeing something good, knowing something good, feeling something good, we by purpose really owe it to the people we care about to love them out loud. And that this book allows that. This project allows that. And shout out to Brother Baker, because again, he has enabled love to be out loud. And he's changed lives. He's changed people's days, but he's changed their lives by allowing this project to be one where we get to say, I love who I am. I love where I'm from. I love who loved me, and why you should probably love on who loves you. That's pretty amazing legacy to leave, is to get people to love each other more than they do.
Oh, I like how you tied that back in there, because, one thing that you guys have in the book, that Chip has in the book, is like, hold it together. And I think that is so profound now in our day and age than it's ever been, is that people need to figure out a way to hold it together to shape their legacies. And I think legacy is getting more influence now than it has, is because of generations. And I'm a Gen Xer, so I've seen where people don't leave a legacy for their kids, or people don't build that foundation. And I see the collateral damage that it does to the next generation. So Chip, I think with you writing all of this and setting it up, and it says words are bond, which is in your book, also matters, because you've bonded all these people together for such an inspirational moment. And what are your thoughts on that? Oh yeah, I'm good. Hey, bro, I'm bringing homers tonight, man.
No, man, it's just amazing. The experience is amazing. It makes my heart happy. Because like when you have a book, like a book the words that are written in the book last forever.
Right.
Hence legacy. Right. And I think, going into it, I've always, strived to be of service. I've always strived to, I've told the authors, like, I hope that whatever it is they want to achieve from this experience, that they get and more. Right. And I've strived to work hard to provide that. But I know that like Jessica was talking about her mom, and I'm thinking about, like, I've been in Tampa, with the family, and just seeing the family see the book, the books and those kind of things. And like, I've been, like, one of my guys, Miniature Helio, was in the book, and just seeing, like, when he was in volume 2, like, his son pick up the book and like look in the book for his chapter, and I was able to capture a picture of him looking. Reading his dad's chapter, like my mom, but before she passed, like, like hugging the book, like just things like that, just knowing that it's bigger than us, and like we're really authors doing it and leaving the legacy, and knowing that it'll live forever. It's just a great thing. It's just so neat to do that, and I'm blown away. Like even when I talk about it, like, I had to take a deep breath when you asked me. Like, man, like, it's crazy. Like, it's pretty neat, and I'm just truly grateful for every ounce of it.
All right, so I'm gonna let Derek go ahead. If you give me closing words or influence, and so you can bounce, man. But go ahead and give any advice that anybody watches this in the next 2 weeks when we publish it. What advice do you give young people? Because I think they need to hear a message from such great influencers as yourself, my man.
All right, here's where I am with this. I mean, and I need to do this so that he gets full understanding and full support. Chip Baker, I went and got yours, bro. Like, this whole thing has created opportunities and reminders. It's really breadcrumbs. To remind us to love each other. And often in that, we then remember to love ourselves.
Right.
Like, sometimes the vision outside, I'm really blessed, really fortunate. Most people can't even fathom how poor my family was and where we came from, and not finding out who your father was until you're 55 years old, and going through all the things you go through, right? Like you go through that thing. But then it becomes the matter of this, right? That if I'm going to give them the three things that I say the most, and I mean them. I literally mean them. I had a medical crisis. Man, I was supposed to be gone. 27 blood clots, saddle embolism in my heart, 3 in my heart, 4 in my lungs. And on that bed, you have to make some things accountable in order to heal and get better. The three things that I say the most, and I mean them, and I'm giving this to you to use and carry with you. I wake up with one eye and I make a look, I'm here. He gave me another one. He gave me another one. So I say thank you. I say thank you for the day. I say thank you for the opportunities. Thank you for the lessons I'm about to receive. And then I push myself off the bed because I have to love myself enough to get healthy. I had to learn to walk again, learn to breathe again. I have to love myself so that I can love the people in my life. I can need to be here for them. So I have to get healthy and live right so that I can do that. And then at the end of the day, if I've done those other two things, if I've been grateful and loving, it is a great day. It has been a great day. And at the end of that day, I say, well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Because not everybody gets to finish. Not everybody gets to accomplish the mission. Not everybody gets the full day of loving themselves, being appreciative, and then being loved back in return. And that, my friends, is what I give. So before I get out of here, to everybody on this call, everybody watching, and especially Chip Baker, Jessica, J-Lo, y'all understand. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of my day. And this day will never be, I'll never repeat this being with you 5. This day is special. 22/8/46. This is about this thing here, and I can mark it covered in love. Thank you. I love you all. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Whew, see you later, Derek. All right. Hey, that was great, man. I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna have to be speechless on that one, Mike. I mean, man, Derek just brought it home, bro. He's dropping hammer. All right. How do you put this compilation together? Because I mean, everybody's writing a chapter, and how do you know where this needs to be chapter 1, this needs to be chapter 2, this needs to be chapter 3? I mean, it's all legacy, but you know, a book has to have an ebb and a flow. So how do you manage that piece for volume 10?
Well, we make that easy. We just alphabetize by the first name.
Love it.
And then sometimes, you know, Jessica has to help me with my alphabetizing.
Just once.
1, 2, 3.
3. Hey, she catches. Hey, you know what? They always say you got to have a good wingman. They got to be able to catch when things are going wrong.
Hey, Bugs, I have a great team. You know, seriously, you know, it takes a team. You know, everything is team. And I think that I'm grateful to have had the experience that I've had. You know, I've been a part of teams my whole life. Right. So this is nothing different for me. I know that I can't do it on my own. I can't do it. I need help. And so I welcome any and all of that. I think that's a great dynamic when they know, like, going into it, like Chip don't think he know it all, or, you know, he got, you know, like it's none of that for me. It's like, hey, like, what can we do to make this the best version of this for all of us? Right. We all win when we win. Right.
I mean, the thing is, and I say this to Mike, you give people opportunity.
Yeah, man.
And opportunity should evolve. Right.
Yes,
so
sir.
You had volume 1, and I've watched the evolution of where you guys are and in the book series. And so Jessica, because we're going to get close to time here, but Jessica, in this evolution, how do you, and you've been around because you kind of, you know, got Chip to get you in there and say, hey, you made a point because you read it and you're like, hey, I like this 3 times. Hey, when you saw this playing out, what was your driving force of wanting to be a part of it?
You know, to be honest, I really just love making an impact. Like, honestly, like, and that comes from being an athlete from the time I was 4 or 5 years old, having the family that I had. And I don't just mean my mom and my dad. Like when we talk about legacy, like it happened before that, right?
Right.
They came from people who inspired them to do some things. And then they came from people to inspire. You see what I'm saying? I'm a 4th generation Tampanian, right? So I know this. My great grandma was a cigar roller in Ybor City, right? You want to talk about legacy?
At the factory down there.
Come on now, right? So, I mean, that's the history of Tampa. I know is in me as well, right? So I feel compelled. And it's like what you do. Like you should leave an imprint. Like we should all be doing that. So it's what you leave in somebody, not just what you leave for them. It's not about the thing, the dollar, the whatever, the house. It's what are you pouring into someone else? And I believe this series has allowed me to do that. So I'm super grateful to Chip for the opportunity, right? Which is why I don't say no. Don't say no often. You know, I really don't. I say often because I think it might have happened once. But but you know, at the end of the day, it is it's a freeing opportunity, right? To really be able to share and come from the right place. He used the term love, like DP's all about love, and he's absolutely right. And I'm all about like paying it forward. Like we're here because someone paid it forward to me. Right. So I need to pay it forward.
Yeah.
To the next generation, you know. So,
Good job.
Hey, Mike, so what you got, man?
No, I'm just listening. This is good. Another one, Chip. What? What's going on? You're bringing that fire always, you know.
I had to fan the flames, man.
Great, yeah.
I'm
telling you, man. It's been a journey because I've seen Chip from the first book, and then to this. It's like okay, and it keeps on. Blessed, man. It's a blessing, man, and it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
I want to jump in there.
It's always a pleasure meeting you too.
Yes,
say thank y'all for being supportive since day one too. Like you said, you know, you've seen the journey, but like, man, just it's great to have support along that journey as well. So thank you guys so much for that.
Hey man, it's all about the network, the human network, which we based on Embrace the Power on is about finding a positive message and getting it out to the human network. And with that being said, we need to get the positive message out. So Mike, where do people find Chip's book?
Oh, let's see here. What we got? Oh, you got your IG, Chip, right?
Bam.
Okay.
Let's go.
We also got this here.
Oh, bam.
There you go. There you go, guys. So that's where you find it. All his hats, his shirts, so forth, man.
Let's go. Hey, so guys,
go.
Hey, it's a blessing having you guys come on tonight. Chip Baker is always a pleasure and a blessing having you come in and drop content. Jessica, it was very nice meeting you this evening on Embrace the Power. We really appreciate you coming in and bringing the fire. Not at all. The vibe was great. So we appreciate you. And
I didn't know I was supposed to wear black.
No, you didn't get the memo. You didn't get the memo. You didn't get the memo.
Even DP wore a black shirt. I said, "What? Did not get that memo." But that's okay. I like to be different.
But you got to stand out. You know, you got to stand out. It's always got to be one. It's always got to be one.
And Chip knows it's me. It's gonna be David.
Yeah. Amen.
All right. That's it. Hey guys, so hey, check out the show, check out Chip's website, get the book, get your hands on the Impact Influence Volume 10, and then go ahead and buy 1 through 9 if you get after you read 10, or vice versa. And then, you know, just one thing about it is make sure you check out Mike's show and Mike Vass podcast. There you go, Chip. I appreciate that. And also Planetary Design, one of our affiliations for Embrace the Power. With that being said, as me and Mike always say, coming on Embrace the Power, keep it
rolling.